My life wasn't perfect, yeah, I know that now. When it came crashing down, all I know is that I need you around. When it comes crashing down, all I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby, you can give me everything I want. Everything I want. Always dance and sing. You're captivating me. All I need is to know that I'm in your heart and never be apart. All I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby. I can give you everything you want. Everything you want.
Climbing up 4 walls in my apartment. I can't spend another second with my brain. Gotta get up and get out, but there's a problem. Every time I go outside, I see your face. Wish you could be here right now, lay here by my side. All day, all day, all day. Tell me it's gonna be alright. Where'd you go, babe? Can't you see that I need company? I'm losing it, losing my way. Only get through when it's you plus me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Honestly, can't you just call me? Where you at, where'd you go, babe? Let me fix my mistakes. Wish you could be here right now, lay here by my side all day, all day, all day. Tell me it's gonna be alright. We gon' work it out. No way, no way, no way, yeah. The floor is cold, it chills my bones. I'm all alone, still missing you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone, still missing you. Yeah. Oh. I'm still missing you. Still missing you. The floor is cold, it chills my bones. I'm all alone, still missing you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone, still missing you.
Lately I've been feeling like somebody else. Heard you're moving on with someone new. My friends keep telling me that it was for the best, but I don't know if I will make it through. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. Falling asleep at night, thinking about you and me. Why did you have to be so cruel? I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. Girl, I know we said some things we didn't mean, but thought that we could figure this one out. Hate the fact that our love now is separate, but maybe someday you will realize. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. Falling asleep at night, thinking about you and me. Why did you have to be so cruel? I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you,
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out of my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in I've been working overtime like crazy, just to show you how I really feel. Haven't had a single day off duty, just to show you that my love is real. Do you even care when I stay? Oh baby, can you even tell I'm under your spell? Oh baby, I just wanna take another look at you.
Mic check 1 2.
Finding me, I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me? Oh, I hope that someday you will notice every little thing I do for you. Like the time I went to buy you flowers, 'cause you said your favorite one is blue. Do you even care when I stay? Oh baby, can you even tell I'm under your spell? Oh baby, I just wanna take another look at you, so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's
And we are back.
and I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me? I just wanna take another look at you, so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me?
Cap. Welcome back. How you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of High Value SHAN, where not only is SHAN a high value man, so is the content. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. We got a little conversation.
some things I want to discuss with you guys so we can get people's compasses recalibrated. There's a lot of people out there just wandering around aimlessly doing the wrong things with the wrong people. And I want to talk to you about this. This is something I've been preaching for a long time, man. Something I've been preaching for a long time. And I figure I'll go ahead and put it down on a video on my show. What I'd like you to do is, if you step into the house, please hit the like button. As soon as you step in, hit the like button. That's really important. Another sale. Hey, Lakeisha, how are you? It might be just you and me, Lakeisha, and that's okay. It's okay. You know, when it comes to YouTube, a lot of people get discouraged when they first start out, like me, when they do live podcasts, because they're like, man, nobody's watching. But here's the thing. How many people are watching you when you do a pre-recorded video? 0. There's nobody there watching you when you do a pre-recorded video for YouTube. A live video is nothing but a pre-recorded video with an audience. But if the audience isn't there, you're still doing the pre-recorded video. So this is available to anybody that watches the replays, and that's why I'm excited to be here. And I want to do this. I want to document a lot of the stuff that I've learned and gained over the years. And I come here to YouTube to do that. And every once in a while, I get really awesome people like Lakeisha Michelle, my #1 moderator, who lives on the other side of the planet, but she's still awesome. Lakeisha, by the way, we will be working out. I have, husband school is pretty much set. Wife school starts tomorrow. That was a lot of work for me to get that stuff done. And I had some other stuff, some other fashion stuff that I had to take care of, but now we're going to get back in shape. Hey, Kimberly. I'm glad you're here, Kimberly. Kimberly and Lakeisha is here. I appreciate you guys. And there's some things I want to talk about. Now I'm speaking to the guys tonight. I'm talking to the guys because this is really important for them. The idea came as a result of creating the husband school show that's coming up next week. One of the biggest issues that guys have is influence and pressure. I'm feeling good. You know what? I ate some junk food, Kimberly. I went to 7-Eleven. Don't kill me, Kimberly. I went to 7-Eleven and I got I don't even want to tell you what I got, Kim. But I got stuff that I had but make no mistake, I haven't been to 7-Eleven since June. I have not been to 7-Eleven and gotten junk food since June. It's been over a month. But I was driving home and I saw 7-Eleven right there. And it was calling me, Kimberly. It was calling me. But after tonight, I won't go back to 7-Eleven. I promise, for at least another month or two. At least. In fact, I will not touch 7-Eleven for the rest of August, nor the month of September. Guaranteed. I make that pledge to you, Kimberly, that I won't eat that junk food. I knew better when I went, but it was calling me, and it's a vice. And I had a bunch of junk food. So my stomach hurts right now because I'm not used to it. What did you say? What am I, invisible? What are you talking about? I don't understand what that means. I'm talking to you. Is my mic working? No, I see the audio level, so that's working. So unless there's a huge delay, there might be a huge delay. That could be the case as well. I'm not sure. I hope not. Either way, I just wanted to have a conversation and speak to the fellas about a particular thing that's important. And that's men holding themselves back. Have you ever heard of there's a couple things I could talk about. I could talk about people who, have you ever heard of the term stuck in your heyday? I don't know the origin of that phrase. I don't have the etymology on the phrase stuck in your heyday, but I know what it means. It means that when you were at the height of your life, You know, and let's do it for men. You had the most women, you had the most money, you looked the best, you was the strongest, your clothes was the freshest, and you were the flyest. Man, it was your heyday. I mean, you were at the pinnacle. You was at the top of life. You had all the women, you had all the money, you was moving, you had a fly car probably, your bank account was nice. Everything was great for you. Life was grand. And then maybe life hit you upside the head and you started to decline. You lost all that money, you stopped looking so good. You stopped having the girls that you once had. You didn't have the pull with the ladies that you used to have. But you cling on to the small things that kept you in that era. Kim says she lives by the 80-20 rule. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kim, but I'm talking about something else. So I'll give you an example. Does anybody remember the Jerry curl? Does anybody remember the Jerry curl? Have you ever met now the Jerry curl was really, really big in the 80s. Don't get me wrong. A lot of black men had the S curl and the Jerry curl. I'm not gonna lie, I never had a Jerry curl, but I got me an S curl. Oh man, I was S curled up. Putting that lye in my hair and burning my head, burning my scalp. I said it was just me and the queen. I'm not, Kimberly, what are you talking about? Am I clear to you, Kimberly? What are you talking about? I'm talking about 7-Eleven. I'm talking about 7-Eleven, Kimberly. What are you talking? Kimberly, everything that you're writing is not making sense. You live by the 80-20 rule. I ain't even mentioned the 80-20 rule. I am not talking about that. I know the 80-20 rule. You know, we read about it. I talk about it. I have not mentioned that one time. I'm not even sure what you're talking about. I'm talking about I cheated at 7-Eleven with junk food. And before that, I was telling Lakeisha that we're going to start working out again. What are you talking about with the 80-20 rule? And what are you talking about when it comes to, I said it was just me and the queen. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Lakeisha, you coming, Lakeisha, what you gonna, if you come to LA, what you gonna do, Lakeisha? You gonna cook? You gonna cook for your boy? You're not gonna cook for me, Lakeisha, either. And when you came to LA for your birthday, you wasn't even trying to see me. So stop it. Theo's in the house, my man Theo. What up, Theo? What up, Theo? He says, I lost a lot and I had to recover and make a new Theo. So, yep, I understand. That's right. You had to make a new Theo. So, Shan touching himself like he is in love. I don't know what Kim is on one tonight, y'all. Everybody ignore Kim Versio. She's probably intoxicated because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Nevertheless, the heyday. When people think back to the best time of their life, they tend to stick with that thing that happened in that era, the Jerry curl. The Jerry hairstyle that a lot of black people got in Los Angeles. But have you ever seen the Jerry curl 20 years later in the 90s, in the 2000s? How about the Jerry curl in 2022? You still see some guys rocking a Jerry curl because they're stuck in their heyday. That was the time when they had that Jerry curl. That was the best time of their life. And they're stuck in that and they can't get out of that. And so they relive that year after year after year after year after year. They are not keeping up with the times. It's kind of like the way it goes. It's kind of like how, when you think about it, Toys R Us or Radio Shack went out of business. The marketing department at Toys R Us and the marketing department at Radio Shack was stuck in their heyday. And they were bringing old school tactics into a new world. And it just doesn't work like that. You have to adapt or die. You have to adapt or die. So, people that do not move forward with the times typically don't win in most aspects of their lives. Now, what that means is that person that's stuck in their heyday is holding themselves back from greatness, from a better version of themselves. Because they're too, if you're still rocking a Jerry curl in 2022, you're stuck in 1982. If you're stuck 40 years ago, wearing a hairstyle, dressing that worked for you in 82 and trying to do that in 2022, you are holding yourself back. But there's another aspect of things that people do, men particularly do, that will hold them back. And that is the company in which they keep. That is company in which they keep. And that's what we're going to talk about today. No scrubs, bro. So I'll give you an example. If you can see in the chat, there's a gentleman named Theo Woff. You'll see Theo Woff is in the chat. He is a person that I am proud to call an associate. He is a person that I am proud to have done business with and work with. He is somebody that is rock solid in modern times, 2022, upwardly mobile and moving forward. Now, if you are not hanging out with people like Theo Woff, but you expect to become something prominent in life, then you're likely not going to achieve that, because the people that you're keeping in your circle aren't exhibiting the lifestyle and showing you the traits of intelligence that you need. And what I mean by that is the Tyrones and the Scrubs in your life are holding you back. You guys saw the photo that I put up as a thumbnail for this video. Now, I get it. I get it. But I want you to think about your friend zone, your friend circle right now. Everybody think about your friend circle. Everybody consider the top 5 people in the favorites of your iPhone. Or if you have an Android, in your favorites. Who's in your favorites on your cell phone? Who are the people that you talk to the most? Who are the people that you hang out with the most? I think I must have a huge delay. I think I have a huge delay. So I'm gonna stay out of the chat tonight, because the chat, I'm seeing people respond to stuff that I said a long time ago. I must be way ahead of you guys. And that's why it's not really adding up. So I'm gonna just talk. Listen. A lot of brothers, I'm talking to you tonight. Fellas, you guys are holding yourself back. Because if I was to look in the guys that you hang out with, if I was to look at the guys that you hang out with, if I was to look at the friend circle, if I was to look at your quote unquote day ones, if I was to look at the people that you kick it with, what would I see? Would I see gentlemen like Theo? Or would I see Tyrone? Or as we call over here, Pookie and Ray Ray? Who would I run into if I was to look at the people and I know that you would like to think that you hang out with upper echelon, top shelf type people, but do you really? And do you keep them around simply because of loyalty? That's the thing that we need to talk about tonight. Loyalty. How important is that? Loyalty, if it's going to hold you back. If I was to look in your circle of friends, and I want you to think about your circle of friends right now, the people that you hang out with, the people that you've gone to the club with recently, the people that you've gone to happy hour with and had some drinks with. Who did you hang out with when you went to go watch the most recent basketball game, the most recent football game? Who did you travel with last? Just to travel. Whose birthday party did you go to? Who did you celebrate another birthday with? Who did you invite to your party? Did you invite people that you know damn well you have no business hanging out with? 50 Cent had a video. I should have clipped that video. 50 Cent had a video a long time ago where he was standing on the roof, and this had to be 20 years ago. And he was saying something that his grandfather told him. He was saying, if you spend your time, I forget exactly how it goes. I'll just try to paraphrase it. But 50 Cent was basically saying, if you're hanging out with people who ain't got nothing to talk about, then what the fuck are you going to get out of that? What are you doing hanging out with people that have no conversation that's going to propel you and push you forward in life? What up, Lewis? My man Lewis is in the house. I don't know. Like, I just saw Lewis say salute. So if Lewis said salute a long time ago, then that's how far the delay is, because it just popped up on my screen. Kimberly just said salute. Kimberly just said salute. So I don't know how long the delay is. The only people that can see the delay is you, because I'm ahead. Nevertheless, think about the people that you talk to. Who do you hang out with? People get upset at Jay-Z because they say that he broke up Rockefeller Records. When you listen to Dame Dash, and make no mistake, I admire Dame Dash. I've learned a lot from Dame. I learned a lot in the fashion game from Dame. But Dame is still upset about what happened with Rockefeller from back in the day, with him, Jay, and Biggs. But the counter argument rather, is that Jay-Z needed to level up, and he couldn't do it with the people he was hanging out with. These are multimillionaires. But how can Jay-Z move to the B status and just not stay in the M status if he's hanging out with these people? If Jay-Z had aspirations to move above and beyond where he was when he was with Rockefeller, could he have done that with the team that he was with? Potentially. Or in Jay-Z's eyes, maybe not. Maybe he had to sever ties with Biggs and Damon Dash in order to move to where he wanted to go. And that's the thing that I want you guys to think about. Now, remember, everything is relative. It's always, it's just because they're speaking on a multi-million-dollar level doesn't mean that you can't apply the same principles to your life with you and your friends. Far too many of you guys don't even travel. You have not stepped a 20-mile radius away from the area in which you grew up in. Out here in Los Angeles, the beach is 8 miles that way. 8 miles from where I am, it is 8 miles west. But where I live, in the areas in LA, you have people who's never been to the beach, and they're grown adults. You also have people who's been there on occasion but don't frequent. Some people, especially here in Los Angeles, this is a concrete jungle, and they just do not expand their wings. They know nothing beyond the hood. And if that is what's happening with you, if the people remember I just asked you to look into who you spend time with, who you've talked to, who you've done business with, who you partied with, who you went to the movies with, who you watched the game with, who you broke bread and ate food with, who you text back and forth talking about the latest bullshit pop culture news. What does that say about you? Now, I get it. All of you guys want to be rich. Everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody wants to do well. Everybody wants to. Everybody wants a Lamborghini. Everybody wants a big fancy house. Everybody wants a Range Rover. Everybody wants a nice car. Everybody wants to live comfortably. You want a huge master bedroom. Who doesn't want a nice big master bedroom? We all want a swimming pool. And you have thoughts of that, but you don't have any way or don't know any way of attaining that. For those of you that are reading with us, Rich People Read, remember our very first book, Think and Grow Rich? Remember chapter 9, my most favorite chapter I'll tell you guys about? The mastermind group. A group in which, in order to get the riches that you claim, you must align with 2 or more people who have the same mentality as you, and you must convene with them at least twice a week for an hour. Most of you guys don't do that, do you? And no, that doesn't mean that's your mama or your cousin or your sister or your brother or your neighbor or your homie from childhood. It means that you found somebody that aligns with you. But many of you guys still hang out with cousins and friends that ain't talking about shit. But you love them so much because you've been around them so long. Lewis says, I separated myself from a lot of my family and some of my friends. It hurt, but it's for the better. Shout out to Lewis. You know how many people can't do what Lewis did? Now, Lewis is military, so I could see him having the ability to do that. But a lot of you guys won't do that. I tell people, are you the smartest person in your crew? Think about your friends. Think about your group, your crew, your people, the ones you hang out with, the ones you talk to, the ones you kick it with, the people that you spend time with, the ones you call when some shit happens. Think about the people that you call, and who would you call if you got a flat tire and you needed some help? Who would you call if you got stranded somewhere and you needed a ride? Is Bolo here? Lakeisha? Shout out to Bolo. I see Bolo's in the house. Hoo-ah! What up, Bolo? Bolo, I'm doing husband school. Bolo, I'm gonna hit you up. Bolo, Lakeisha, can you Bolo, do you have Instagram? Bolo, if you got Instagram, DM me, please. I want to ask you a question. Listen. Who do you call if you need some help? Wherever you live currently, right now, who would call you right now if they got in a jam? Right now, if somebody got hurt and they were in the hospital and they needed to make a phone call, who would call you? Now, think about the lifestyle of that individual and what does that say about you and why they would call you? Or think about the people that you would call, why you would call them. I talk about people in a crew, a group of people. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's, 7, maybe it's 10 of y'all. Ladies, maybe it's the girls that you go to brunch with, ladies. Fellas, it's the guys that you go ball with on the weekends. Now, are you the smartest person in that crew? Come on, you don't be modest with me. I want you to think about this. Don't be modest. We don't need a whole lot of humility today. Tell the truth. Are you the smartest person in your crew? Because if you're the smartest person in your crew, you need a new crew. If you are the most bright, if you are the one that comes up with all the ideas, if you are the one that is the innovator, if you're the dreamer, if you're the one that decides where you guys are going, if you're the one that's always planning everything, if you're the one that everybody comes to for answers because they don't know something and they come to you, you never go to them for anything, but they always come to you because you have all the answers. Are you the person in your crew who's essentially the leader? Maybe you got all the money. You have all the automobiles. You have all, you know a little bit about every topic that you and your crew talk about. If you are the smartest and most successful person in your crew, it could be 3 or more, then you need a new crew. You need a new crew. I'm sorry. Our iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, new songs like Drake will tell you no new friends. No new friends? Do you guys really subscribe to that no new friends? Are you kidding me? If I followed the no new friends rule, I wouldn't have met Theo Wolf. I wouldn't have met the people that I've met right here on YouTube. I wouldn't have flown across the country to Atlanta to hook up with people that I met on YouTube. to connect. I wouldn't have flown to Philly to connect with people that I met on YouTube if I believed in the no new friends rule. Your day ones, let them day ones go. That's nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. That's nonsense. No new friends. Day ones can go bye-bye because they will hold you back. Snoop did an interview about that too. You know, Snoop did it a long time ago. Snoop was talking about going to the next level in his career. He had did all the gang banging he could. He did all the cripping. He did all the sea walking. He grew out all of that. And his boys was like, come on, cuz, let's go do. And Snoop was like, what? I can't. What are you talking? I've told a few guys the story of Tupac on set back in the 90s, working on a film. And a PA walked up to Tupac. I'm telling you guys, this is what happened. A PA walked up, a production assistant. This is the person that's kind of like the lowest on the totem pole in a film production crew. A PA walked up to Tupac and said, and you know, he was excited that Tupac was there, and he was like, yo, Pac, what's up, man? Let's blaze one up. He's talking about lighting up a joint and smoking one with Tupac, smoking a blunt with Tupac. And Tupac looked at him, because there was a bunch of us there, right? Tupac looked at him and said, nah, nigga, are you crazy? I got to learn my lines. I ain't got time to smoke with you. That blew a lot of people back, because the way you would have imagined Tupac to have been was to be the kind of guy, yeah, you know, light it up. Let's get high. Let's smoke the blunt. Let's get high. You know, what's up? Thug life, right? No, hell no. Tupac didn't do that. Tupac said, nigga, are you crazy? He didn't say, Tupac was like, nah, man, I'm cool. I got to learn these lines. That's what Tupac told the dude. The dude was crushed. The PA, he was crushed. But the other people, the producers, it was like, okay, that made sense. Tupac wanted to make sure his mind was clear so he could learn his lines to elevate his acting career. And he had no time to hang out with fucking PAs that wanted to get high on the job. Now, the PAs didn't understand. I mean, not PA, but the guy didn't understand that. And motherfuckers like him, who we will essentially call a Pookie, didn't understand that. He didn't. Luke Hazley, my favorite. Luke Hazley is in the house. Everybody throw your ones up. I don't know how long the delay is.
Being number one isn't easy.
I'm so glad you're here, Luke Hazley. Thank you for the $5 super chat. You guys all know Luke Hazley was Kevin Samuels' #1 moderator. Luke Hazley 20 is amazing. Follow her channel, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I follow Luke Hazley. Kevin Samuels' #1 moderator, Luke Hazley 20. I'm so glad you're here. Luke Hazley is now the stream sponsor. Let me hook her up real quick. She's blessed me over here at my show. I'm so glad she's here. Luke Hazley, do you follow me? I feel like it's an honor to have you follow me. Where's my, okay, got to get my keyboard, Bluetooth keyboard going. Luke Hazley 20. Thank you, love. Luke Hazley, I've got your name going across the screen now. Because you remember, everybody, super chats are a blessing over here, not a donation. Thank you for the blessing, Luke Hazley. I appreciate you. Everybody throw your Luke Hazley.
Being number one isn't easy.
Thank you for that. And it was a super sticker, not a super chat. So she had nothing to say. She just came over here and blessed your boy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Everybody throw your ones up. Remember, throwing your ones up. Why do I say that?
Being number one isn't easy.
Because watching the show, you guys are helping me out. But when you give super chat, you're going above and beyond the Call of Duty. Huh? So being number one isn't easy. Thank you. So yeah, Tupac, I think this was 95. When did I do? Okay, I did Waterworld. In 94 or at 95. So this is like 1995. That's how long ago it was. And Tupac was like, man, I ain't got time to smoke no weed with you. I got to learn my lines. And the dude was like, damn, my nigga, you're not gonna smoke with me? You're not gonna get high? And Tupac was like, nah, I ain't got time for that. And it made me think at the time, this is what, almost 30 years ago. It made me think, even though Tupac had this persona publicly that he was this bad boy, thug life, he was hard and all that kind of stuff, behind closed doors, he was very focused, and he only hung around the right type of people to take him to the next level. Now, you wouldn't have known that if you just listened to his music, Tupacalypse. You had to have been there to hear that side of Tupac. And that's why I'm talking to you fellas. I got people like Bolo in my chat. I got people like Luke Hazley here. And we talk about the circles. How can you take your life to the next level that you all want to be at if you hanging around with people who's holding you back because of your quote unquote loyalty, because you believe that they are your day ones and you want to take them with you? Sometimes you got to break people off. Have you guys ever seen the movie G.I. Jane? There's a scene in G.I. Jane where they were trying to become Navy SEALs or something like that, and the dude was like he was making people drown. He was like, how do you get me to drown? How can you save my life and we both don't drown? And so the guy would put his arm around somebody's neck and he's flaring his hands around, and he's like, oh, I'm and then, everybody kept failing. And what the one guy did was he elbowed him right in the nose, gave him fucking bloody nose. He hit him right in the nose, and he kind of dazed him, and then he saved his life. Sometimes you got to punch people in the face to save their own life. Sometimes you have to let your friends go, even though it may hurt them, like giving them a bloody nose to save them. Far too many of you want your friends to go with you at the same pace that you're going, but maybe you have to go, and then once you get to the top, you reach down and pull them up. Everybody, please throw your ones up for Kimberly.
Being number one isn't easy.
For Kimberly, who's been supporting me for what, a year now, Kim? Kimberly is now the stream sponsor. Kimberly has been supporting me for what, a year now? And I said like Hazley. Why did I say like Hazley? I'm gonna put it, wait, I gotta fix her name. I didn't know I put a L-I. Let me fix that real quick, because I wanted to go across the stream with Luke Hazley, spelled correctly, as the stream sponsor. I'm gonna do that as the stream sponsor. I'm bringing up Bolo. Bolo, I'm gonna pull you up in a second. Let me pull you in. I got you in the green room, Bolo. I'm gonna pull you in just a second. And then I'm gonna bring up Kimberly, and then I'm gonna pull Bolo in. Because as far as I'm concerned, day ones can go bye-bye if they're holding you back, ladies and gentlemen. Kimberly, she says life is about adding, editing, and deleting. Shout out to Kim. We should be continuously creating the best energetic environment for our growth, and that includes the people that you allow in it. Shout out to you, Kimberly. Thank you for the blessing, love. Let me make you, not the stream sponsor. Hold on. Kimberly is always blessing me. Kimberly, I'm gonna have to get you cammed up because you be dropping some gems. Kimberly is now the stream sponsor. I appreciate you, Kim. I appreciate you. And then let's switch this over to, hold on one second. I wasn't ready for guests yet, but when Bolo calls, I don't wait. I don't wait when Bolo calls. Let me sign him to 1. Bolo, you on the show?
Yo, what's going on, big brother?
My man, how are you?
I'm good, man. You know when Shannon calls you out, you gotta answer. Called me out. I was like, you know what? I tried to call the Zoom line, but it was
Oh,
saying that you didn't.
damn, I forgot. You know what? I
Hope
didn't fire up the Zoom line.
the
I
speaker
forgot. You
had
know,
was
I
too
didn't
speed
fire it
left.
up. I forgot I got
I
that
was
Zoom.
like,
You know
man,
what? I was testing that Zoom phone call thing because I want people to be able to call in whether they want to get on camera or not at this stage.
right.
And so I was like, you know what? I set up the whole phone thing, but I forgot to fire it up today, even though it's built into my system. So I apologize for that, boss.
No, you good, you good. I figured, something like that. You said that you wanted to holler at me. I was like, when Shannon calls, come on, baby. You gotta reach out. What's going on, my brother? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm talking about hold on a second. I'm just talking about people who tend to keep the wrong people around them simply because of loyalty and their quote unquote day ones, but they're holding them back from the greatness that they claim that they want. And go ahead.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what's so crazy about that, Shannon? I was just talking about that on my channel. That if you hang out with 11 broke people, sooner or later you become a 12. You know, um, and you have to realize that you have to know what your worth is, bro. You know, when you know what your worth is, you can demand your value, and that is so important. A lot of men and women don't understand what their worth is. A lot of them don't do the work on themselves. How could you possibly know what you're worth? What your value is if you don't know what you're worth. It's like if you have a diamond, right? If you don't do the knowledge on the diamond, when you go to sell it, you'll take anything for it because you don't know what the worth of it is. Once you learn what the worth of it is, you can then demand the value because you did the math on it. You know the clarity, you know the cut, you know the origin, you did all these things. So if you don't have a trajectory or some type of character integrity, you're not going to know how important you are. You're not going to know how to love yourself. Therefore, you won't know how to be loved. Because it starts with you. Everything starts with you. The measure of your friendship is the measure of you as a man or you as a woman. If you do not tolerate certain things, like if I get into your car, if I come over to LA and I'm in Shannon's car and Shannon's car is white, immaculate, I'm gonna treat it as such. But if I see candy wrappers all over the place and I eat a stick of gum, where do you think I'm gonna put the candy wrapper at? I'm just gonna throw it on the floor. So it stems with you. How do you want to be treated? It starts with how you treat yourself. And I love that you're giving this message at 12 o'clock. Typically I come on 6 o'clock in the morning. The reason why I say that is everything is slowed down, right? People are winding down. People might have a glass of wine and they're listening to you. They're not in the middle of the hustle and bustle of everything. They're getting ready. They're ironing their clothes, getting it ready for tomorrow morning. I typically talk to people early in the morning. You talk to them at night. So we got to cover.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
Well, what
man.
was you said you were doing a class on husbandry.
Well, okay. So so we start a podcast tomorrow called Wife School, right? And the panel of Wife School is 6 women and 2 men. The 2 men are there to give opposing views, but they're to be quiet potentially most of the time because the ladies are going to talk about wife school. There's so many people that talk about they want to get married. Girls, especially women, they plan for their weddings, but then the wife side is lacking. And a lot of guys out there saying, there's no wives out there. And I think, and I made a post a long time ago. I said I believe personally 50% or more of the younger women are ready to be wives. A lot of men give me pushback on that. And so I just want to have that conversation, right? But I get it. The guidance isn't there. A lot of women don't understand. So I'm basically having a show that starts tomorrow, 5 o'clock Pacific. So that's 8 o'clock Eastern. And it's called Wife School. And that's going to be predominantly women. But next week, Tuesday, 5 o'clock, is going to be husband school. And I'm building a panel of that. But I haven't even reached out to anybody yet. I made a post on my Instagram and I got a list. Look, I got a list of people that where's my list at? Let me go to my notes, and
Let
then
let me be the first to say, if you will have me, I'll be there, brother.
man, well, bruh. So listen, I got this note called HS Podcast for Husband School Podcast, and I got this list of people that I have on here, and my man DM Woods, Cassius, Prince Prosperous, and Bolo TV. And this is just the names that
Wow.
popped in my head. I said, damn, if I had these brothers on, that would be really dope. Because on the flip side of the wife school, we got too many young, and that was always my purpose, right? I used to only speak to men, young men, on how to become better men. I tell people I've been married twice divorced, but the information I give is the mistakes I made as a husband, the mistakes I made as a man, and how can you be divorced and give game? Oh, trust me, I can. Let me tell you why. Because I skint my knee up doing this, and I thought that was right, and it's not. I'm gonna tell you what not to do. I burnt my hands doing this, and I'm gonna tell you, I know you know fire is hot, but you ain't burned yourself like I have. Let me tell you what happens if you go this route and how hot that fire actually is. So I usually give information based on my mistakes and say, look, bro, don't do that, man. Don't have this attitude. Don't wake up like this. Don't try to get sex from your wife like that. Be like this in the bathroom. It's a lot of different things that I just kind of didn't do because I was hard-headed as a husband twice. I don't want that to happen. So the thing is, we have a lot of young men who are not adequate husbands. We talk about women, and me, I'm hard on women. I know I am. I'm put the onus on. I'm banging on women, and I'm saying all this other kind of stuff. I get it, but I'm not. But men aren't off the hook, not with me. And so it's a lot of guys out there that want to be like, as Obsidian says, whoop that trick. They want me to be out here just banging on women and leaving men, unscathed. That's not happening. That's not happening. Men are lacking in a lot of ways as well. And so what I wanted to do was create husband school for a lot of guys that think they know what they're doing and they really don't, especially our younger men in 30 or younger, right? There's a lot of game that they just don't have, and maybe they don't have fathers to tell them. They come to YouTube and they look for it and they play a lot of the videos and whatnot, but I want to have something that's strictly targeted and focused on them. And that panel is going to be 6 men with 2 women for opposing views. And that starts next Tuesday. And I'd love to have you as part of the panel if you can.
Brother, count me in. Count me in. You got
fantastic.
Fantastic. Something that you said that really, I heard a saying that I stole, that I'm making my own, even though it's not, but I'm making my own. It's, if the mountain was smooth, you couldn't climb. If the mountain was smooth, you couldn't climb. It's through the ridges, it's through the sharp peaks and the valleys and the cuts that makes you understand how your growth. Friendship is not tried when things are smooth. Friendship is tried when things is hard, when things is rocky. So the beauty in what you're saying is life is meant to be lived forward but understood backward, right? Typically, we don't understand what we're going through until we finish going through. Mm-hmm. So, what it sounds like you're saying to me, which is a beautiful thing, and you're not afraid to say, I'm twice divorced, but I learned. Here's the mistakes that I made. I'm not going to come up here and act like I had it all together. I'm going to tell you the mistakes I made, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be that lighthouse on that beach, and I'm going to warn you. I'll come around every so often and warn you so that you don't hit the rough waters, so you don't hit the beach with all this rocks. And what you do with this knowledge is up to you. But I'm going to put it out there, and that's a valiant thing, man. We don't have that. We don't have it. So when you have a young man such as yourself, taking the time to put together a panel, to say to these young men that are in marriages right now that you can salvage your marriage, but it starts with you. We always hear people say, you findeth a wife, it's a good thing. You always hear people say that. But you never hear the opposite. If you find a good wife, what does she find?
Right.
Isn't she supposed to find a strategy? You know what I'm saying? So we don't understand that everything is a mirror. Everything. Your woman is an extension of you. The same way when you have your children, when they go to school and they act up. typically what do they say? Gotta be the parents. Gotta be the parents. So if and you know what I've been looking at?
Hmm.
I've been looking at, I heard someone say that dogs look like their owners. Have you ever heard that saying?
No, I never heard that one. Dogs look like their owners.
Right. Notice it now. Dogs look like their owners. So now, I work in New York City. So I'm in Manhattan. And the dogs look like their owners, man. The dogs look like their owners. They take the attributes of the owners.
Wow.
Notice that. And Tuesday when we talk, notice it. So, and I'm saying that to say that your woman is an extension of you. So if she's out of order, guess who we gonna look at?
Yeah.
The husband.
Yeah.
Because she has, if again, I'm gonna follow suit. Again, if I get into Shannon's car and it's completely white, I'm not gonna want to sit on it. I'm gonna want to put a sheet down or a towel down or something. I'm going to acclimate myself to the environment. But if I see he don't give a damn, I'm not gonna give a damn. How much more your woman? If she sees that you're the type of man that is in order, that has integrity, that has character, that is intentional, she's gonna move the same way. She has no other choice because she wouldn't be with you if she didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So
No, I'm digging it.
It's an honor for me, and I thank you for thinking of me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And it's interesting because that ties into actually the topic tonight. Your friends are a reflection of you.
Oh,
Your associate, the people in which you associate. If dogs look like their owners, friends tend to finish each other's sentences. They tend to start to dress alike. They tend to start to talk alike. Their dialect and their vernacular tends to be on par with each other. And if you're hanging around, like you said, 11 broke people, you're going to start talking broke, looking broke, thinking broke, smelling broke. If you start hanging around a bunch, if I tell what did my man say? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Show me your top 5, and I'll say, I bet all you guys look alike. But then you want to be successful. You have all this aspiration. You're listening to all these quotes and looking at all these people that you want to be like. You want to live like them, but when I look at you, I see a reflection of 5 other people who is nothing like who you aspire to be. And next thing you know, you're holding yourself back. And it's just far too many men that are holding themselves back because they're loyal to something that is not indicative of what they want their future to be like.
You talk to them, if you tell it to them in money wise, 100 heirs don't hang out with 10,000. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, thousandaires hang out with millionaires. Millionaires hang out with billionaires because their aspirations is to be better. The aspirations is to always move up. And again, absolutely what you said is true. 2 cannot walk if not be agreed. So what does that mean? That means that if I'm a crackhead and Shannon's an alcoholic, if there's not crack and alcohol at this party, we can't walk together. There has to be something that aligns us for us to take this journey together. You dig what I'm saying? So for me to hang around the Pookies and the Ray Rays, there has to be something in them that aligns with me. So again, like you've been saying, I've been listening to you for the last half hour. It starts with you looking in the mirror. What do you value? What is your goals? It starts with you. And that's what we need to teach these young men. It starts with you. Stop looking at her. It starts with you. Because, I talk about the passport guys. And
Okay.
I really don't give a damn, if you go wherever you want to go. All I'm saying is just do the work. If you're getting a wife, she should get a husband. If you want to take your passport and go to Jupiter and find a woman, go find a woman. I don't care. But make sure she's getting the same end of the stick that you're getting.
Right. Do not travel to go get a woman so you can be lazy somewhere else.
Whoa! Oh my God!
I tell them all the time. I say, listen, I'm with y'all. I'm not SYSBM. You know what I'm saying? I can find a woman right here in LA. But if you're gonna travel, do not travel simply so you can be lazy there. Don't do that.
They call me a simp for that, brother. And I tell them, I say, it's a sad thing that if a man, I weigh 234, 5'11 and a half. If I say something to you, you want to beat me up, you want to kill me, you want to choke me. But these women that weigh 90 pounds wet got you jumping on a plane and flying to Indonesia. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. If you do the work here, you'll tell me 300 million people in America, you can't find yourself a woman? You can't find yourself a woman because if you're an a-hole here, guess what? You're an a-hole in Indonesia. You're an a-hole in Jamaica. You're an a-hole in Taiwan. Do the work on you, man. And when you look at these self-righteous gurus that are taking $1,000 from you for an hour of them counseling you or mentoring you, they're selling you a lifestyle that they don't live. Just take your time to be who you're supposed to be, because guess what? There is no one like you on this planet. There's only one you. It's
only
you.
one.
Only one. Be the best you can be. See, when you teach these cats game, after a while the game is over. What I'm going to teach you is to be you. You can always freestyle that. It's not about game, man. This is life. Game is a script. I'm giving you life. Because the one thing that they're going to always see is you being real. Period.
That's a bar.
That's the best thing. That's it, man. That's the best thing I can give, man. Truth without love is a weapon. That's what it is. So when you form those relationships with these youngins, because that's what these youngins need. These youngins need mentorship, man.
Yeah, they do.
These youngins, they need it. They need it. You listen to this hip hop, it's a lot of hurt music. My son put me on to a cat named Juice WRLD. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, Juice WRLD, of course.
He
May he
killed
rest in
himself.
peace. I believe he passed away, right?
He passed away. And I'm listening to his music, and the dude is screaming for help.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about therapy, saying that he don't trust nobody, talking about he take the Percocets because, he just wants the pain to stop. Where was the people? Where was the mentorship? Where was the men that said, let me talk to this dude? And he's not the only one. There's other people that say the same thing.
Right.
They just want the pain to stop. They want the pain to stop. So, it's a beautiful thing. And again, I'm going to always, and that's why I always shout you out. When I see you come on, I stop by, salute to you. You're doing God's work. It's a hard road to travel, the road you're traveling. It's a hard road, because if you were talking nonsense, there'd be 50 billion people here. When you kick truth, and it's the truth, when you kick truth and you kick accountability, you kick, acknowledgement and application and responsibility, nobody wants to hear that shit. You know that.
Yeah, they don't want it. It's not interesting. I'm a boring channel. I'm one of them boring channels. I'm gonna just give it to you raw, give it to you truth. I ain't out here banging on people or cussing people out. I don't want beef. I don't want to fight nobody. I don't, I'm saying, I ain't got time for that. I just want to give you my truth, or give you the truth, not my truth. That's some bullshit. I'm gonna give you the truth, and then let the chips fall where they may.
And that's what I'm subscribed to, because I don't subscribe to too many channels. And you're one of my channels that I subscribe to, so that when I'm not, broadcasting, I just want to lay back and hear something, I click you on. And there's just like maybe 5 or 6 that I click on, because there's so much nonsense on YouTube. And you just want to, unplug from the matrix and just hear something real. So when you called me, I came, brother.
I appreciate
There was
you,
no
man.
way there was no way that I wouldn't be a part of what you're trying to put together if you would allow me. So I'm here.
All right, for sure. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for pulling up.
No problem. So next Tuesday,
I hit you on the back channel. I hit you on the back channel with all the details.
Okay.
I haven't done the artwork for husband school, because I've been prepping for the wife school tomorrow. So I'm gonna do all the artwork this weekend. But I'll hit you on the back channel with all the details.
It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be right here on YouTube, on the channel, on my show.
Okay, cool. I want to tune into the wife school.
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow at 8 o'clock your time. You're in New York, so it's gonna be tomorrow right here at 8 o'clock.
All right, my brother. Thank you, man. Love is love, baby. Thank you.
My man, I appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right, take care. That was my man Bolo TV, y'all. One of the early people I've met. You know, I haven't been here that long on YouTube. It's one of the early people I met last year when I first started the content that I've been on YouTube for over 10 years. I don't know how long I've been on YouTube. And I've got multiple channels. I got another channel that has 6,000 followers, but they're all fashion related. They're my brand. I got brand channels, but my personal channel, I've been here for a while, but I never really started dropping content until like last August. And Bolo was right there, like week 1. He was like right there, like week 1. But here's the thing. There was a lot of people right there week 1. A lot of them I don't fuck with. Why? Because I do not want to hold myself back. No scrubs, fellas. No scrubs. Let the scrubs go. You'll notice that there was some channels that was happening. They had problems and was out looking for fights and shit and all that dumb. And now they're all gone. A lot of them is all, you know, so you just kind of like, nah, I'm not, that's not where I'm at, man. I'm all about maturity. I'm all about empowerment. I'm all about making brothers look good. You know what I'm saying? We have a mission to do, and people like Bolo is right there, lockstep. I just saw my man, Sage Talk is in the house. He may have left by now, but Sage Talk with Mr. Lee, another solid brother. Solid. That's what I'm talking about. Stop. Something that I want to tell you guys. This is what you need to look for. Now, I already talked about your first 5. I already talked about, as Bolo said, if you hang around 11 bums, you will be bum number 12. I guarantee you this, and this is what I used to tell people before, because I used to live in 1999, I lived in Hawthorne, California, and I moved to Beverly Hills. I was 27 years old. I moved to Beverly Hills, and I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. I had the money to move into the place. I didn't have the next month's rent. But I had this vision, and I'll tell the story. I tell the story all the time because it was about I had just bought me a 2020 Lexus. It was a brand new car. You know, I bought it in 99, but it was a 2020 model. So it's almost like right now I bought the 2023 Lexus, and I had all this, and I said, I'll tell the story later. I've been saying I'm gonna save that story for later for my members. But the point is, I moved to Beverly Hills, and I didn't know how I was gonna pay my rent the next month because it was expensive. But I figured if I went and hung out with millionaires, somehow the rent would get paid. I didn't know how. I didn't know what I was doing. And 1999 was the year I became a film producer. 1999 was the year I started. My first project ever was called Stomper Size. It was a 5-camera fitness shoot. A lot of you guys never heard of Tybo. Some of you guys do. Some of y'all understand who Billy Blanks is, right? Billy Blanks, a fitness guy, and he invented the Tybo workout. And he was killing the game. And I wanted to compete against Billy Blanks, me and my frat brother, Tony Victory. And so we created a show called Stomper Size. It was a program that Tony created. I produced it and directed it. And that was the year I could produce my first project, 1999. And I did that out of my new apartment in Beverly Hills. And I didn't know how the fuck I was going to pay for my rent. But something told me if I move out of Hawthorne, and I'll give the story later as to why I moved. If I move to Beverly Hills and I hang around rich people, if I hang around wealthy people, see, there's a difference between rich and wealthy. Rich is just having a bunch of money, right? Wealthy is having your money make more money. Wealthy means you're taking your money and it's making you more money. That's what wealthy people do, right? And I needed to move closer to wealthy people. I needed to move where the rich folk were. And I figured I'll figure it out in 30 days. I never missed a month's rent. Stayed there for 5 years until I got married, and then we got a house. I never missed a month rent when I moved over there. Not 1 month. In 30 days, I had that money. And every month thereafter. And the key was stop hanging around these motherfuckers in Hawthorne/Inglewood in the hood. I was living in the hood, hanging with hood motherfuckers. and I didn't want to be around them anymore, especially after I bought that brand new Lexus. I wanted to be around people that got it like I wanted to eventually get it. So I had to move near them. I moved over there, and the rest is history, as they say. So here's some things, 5 things. There's 5 things that you need to evaluate your friends in your top 5. There's 5 things. Now listen, everybody, I want you to pick up your phone and go through your call log. Who have you talked to in the last week? Who are your friends that you hung out with in the last month? Who is in the favorites, the star set, on the iPhone where you go to the phone and it has the star, the first tab called favorites? Who's in there? Who is locked in your favorites on your phone? Who do you call when you need help? Who calls you when they need help? All right. Now that you have those people in your mind, there's 5 things that you need to evaluate to see if you should continue hanging out with them. There's 5 things that you need to evaluate to make sure that you have within yourself. Number 1, you have to have vision. I didn't put it on. You know what? I'll type it up as I go. Number 1. Hold on. One, vision. Let's blow this up a little bit. You gotta have, here we go, up in the, see it above my head over there, moving it. Number 1, you have to look for your friends that you hang out with. Do they have a vision of where they want to be in life? And this should not exceed 5 years from today. Do your friends have a vision, something that they want to aspire to be, somewhere they want to go, something they want to do, something bigger and above and beyond where they are today? Do they have a vision for themselves 5 years? Do you realize how many people have no fucking idea what they want to do or be in life? Adults, grown people have no idea what they want to do or be in life. They have no aspirations. They have no goals. They have no purpose. Do any of your friends not have a vision for themselves within the next 5 years? The people that you talk to on the phone, the people that you hung out with recently, do they have a vision? Do they talk about what they foresee? This is a non-tangible. It's something that they are imagining in their mind. Do they even have a vision? What up, Mr. O? My man Hooah! In the house. I love me some Mr. O. That's my guy. The people that you kick it with, the people that you partied with, the people that you go to the strip club with, the people that you went to fucking brunch with, do they have a vision for themselves? Not for their family, do they have a vision for themselves that they hope to attain in the next 5 years? The second thing that they must have is a plan. It's one thing to have, but if you got somebody that's 50 and younger with no vision, you got to be kidding me. You have no business hanging out with them. But if you do know somebody that has a vision, they have to have a plan. Does your friends that you sit around and smoke with and talk to and kick it with, drink with, eat with, do they have a plan for that vision? A plan is necessary. What are the 5 P's? Poor Proper planning prevents poor performance. I think Chicago Rilla added a P. He said he has 6 Ps. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Some people don't have a fucking plan. They just are flying by the seat of their pants. Do you have friends with a vision? And the friends that you do have, and if you have friends that don't have a vision, get rid of them. Do you have friends with a vision, and do they have a plan to attain that goal? The third thing that you need to evaluate on your friends. Where's my button at? Sir Hale, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you about a show I'm doing next week. Or say focus, right? Yeah, focus. The third thing they have to have is focus. The third thing they must have is focus. You have to have the people that you talk to, the guy, if you want to call, because anybody that doesn't have this stuff is a scrub to me. Yeah, I said it, and tell them to pull up if they have beef. In fact, I'm going to open up the channel for y'all to call in if you guys have a problem with what I'm talking about. Number 1, your friends need to have vision. Number 2, your friends need to have a plan to attain that vision. Number 3, they must be laser fucking focused on doing the things that they're supposed to do. They must be laser focused on doing what they're supposed to do. Do they have task lists that keep them in line on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? Do they have milestones with dates set that they must attain before that date comes? Your friends not only has to have vision for themselves in the next 5 years, they not only have to have a plan for that vision, they must be laser focused on the tasks at hand. If they have a vision and they have a plan, but the shit is just sitting on the table and they just living life and partying and doing and just fucking are shiftless and just not doing nothing, get rid of those people. Because a lot of people will go on the internet and print out some shit and make it seem like that's something, and they'll wave it like a business card. They'll even get business cards made at fucking Vistaprint, right? They'll go spend $20 at Vistaprint and create themselves a sexy business card that calls themselves the CEO of some non-existent company. And then that's it. There's nothing else. They're going to just keep doing the same bullshit that they're doing over and over again. They are not achieving, they are not reaching any milestones. We'll get to that in a second. They have to have a vision. They have to have a plan. They have to be focused. The fourth thing that your friends must have in order for you to hang out with them. By the way, let me just call this this is the requirements to hang out with me list. This is the requirements for you to hang out with me list. I already talked about you shouldn't be the smartest in your crew, but everybody in your crew must have this to even be considered a member of your crew. They have to have vision. They have to have a plan. They have to be focused on attaining that goal. And the fourth thing they have to have, which a lot of people don't have, and this is going to eliminate a lot of your friends, you guys. This is going to eliminate a lot of people. They have to have integrity. They have to have integrity. That means that they are not hooks and crooks. That means they're not busting PPP fraud. That means they're not robbing and stealing people. This means that they are paying their taxes. This means that they are being honorable. This means that they're paying their bills. This means they are settling their debts with other people. This means that they are telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You cannot hang out with unintegral people and expect to be successful. It's not happening. It just doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Everybody in your crew has to have integrity. If they give you any slight semblance of non-integrity personality, get rid of them. It's a waste of time, you guys. I'm saving you time and headache. I am 50 years old. I am telling you what I know, not what I heard. I've wasted so much time with people who didn't have a vision, who didn't have a plan, who didn't have any focus on attaining their vision and or working on that plan, and they didn't have any fucking integrity, and I wasted so. I should be a deca millionaire today. A deca millionaire means that you have $10 million or more. I should be in the 8 digits. But I spent so much time helping people that didn't deserve it. I spent so much time working with people who wasted my time. I spent so much time trying to build shit with people who was tearing it down because they had no integrity. Everybody in your crew must have integrity, ladies and gentlemen. Period. It's a non-negotiable. It is a deal fucking breaker. Oh man, you know what? Let's get ready. Listen, my auntie work at the DMV, and she can get me the numbers on the cars, and we can try. No, fuck all of that. Hey, you got an address? Cause I got these niggas in LA, all these scammers and shit. Do you know how many I got? Do you know how many scammers? You know, I got scammers in my family, y'all. Hey, Shan. Can I use your address so I can because I just need to have it. I can't use my address, but if I could use your address, or can I use your business address, and then I'm gonna have some stuff sent there, and then can you write me up the can you give me a check stub saying that I make a certain amount? Fuck all. No, my people already know. Don't call me for that. I can do it. No, don't call me. Don't even bother calling me. They know not to call Shan. Don't even call. It's a waste of time. It's integrity over here. And everybody I fuck with is integral. That is a requirement for everybody that you hang out with. Everybody that's in your favorites on your phone. Everybody that you go and have a drink with. Everybody that you party with has to have integrity. They have to have a focus. They have to have a plan. They have to have a vision for their lives in the next 5 years. And the fifth thing that you need to evaluate, for your friends in your top 5, in your crew, in your inner circle, the fifth thing that is a requirement of everybody in there, they have to have progression. This is why I said I was going to talk about this later. Everybody must be moving forward. I don't care about the speed, although I do, take your time, but hurry the fuck up. What up, way up? Take your time, but hurry up. Everybody has to have a vision in your crew. Everybody in your crew has to have a plan to attain that vision. Everybody in your crew must focus on the fucking tasks at hand, on that plan. Everybody needs to have integrity when they move, and everybody has to have progression. Have you ever heard of the term moving like a chicken with the head cut off? I used to work at a church. I was like the COO of a church. And everybody was a busybody, but wasn't doing nothing. I came in and I cleaned up a lot of stuff. Church was in the negative. When I finished, they had like 50 grand in the bank. Property taxes was all paid. It was just in shambles when I had arrived. But when I finished, it was great. But here's the thing. The people that were there at the church, in the office, after Sunday service, throughout the week, just like chickens with their head cut off, man, running around with papers and shit, going nowhere, printing up stuff, printer just running off bullshit, on the computer just typing nothing, on the phone all the time, making it seem like they busybodies. You know, people can act like busybodies and ain't really going nowhere. You can be running in place, There's so many people running in place. And they mistake this for progress. They mistake running in place for moving forward. You can have somebody who has a vision. They may even have a plan for that vision. They may even be focused on the tasks that they're supposed to be doing on a daily basis. They're integral people. They're good. They're solid. But they're not fucking doing anything. They're checking their emails. They're working on the website, but the website's never done. The paperwork is never filed. They never send the responses. There's no progress. Everybody should have milestones with dates. Everybody in your crew should have milestones with dates. Hey man, you know what? Today is August 17th. By September 15th, this has to be done. Come hell or high water. And you, if you love them, would be part of the mastermind group or their accountability partner to make sure that they achieve that goal. Hey, so how's that coming, man? Because you know the 15th is coming up. These are the things that's necessary, ladies and gentlemen. Fellas particularly, because that's who I'm talking to tonight. These are the 5 things that everybody in your crew has to have, period. And if they don't have this, get rid of them. Ask them this. Write this down. Jot down these 5 things and ask your friend, hey, man, I just want to ask you, man, what's your vision? Exactly, Kimberly. Busyness is not progress. Fellas, ask your boys, hey, man, what's your vision for the next 5, bro? Oh, man. If they come like this, oh, man, shit, man, I'm good. I'm just working. Nothing. Really work. Get rid of them. Say, okay, appreciate you, bro. We won't be watching the game together no more. There's nothing we could fucking talk about. If you ask your friend, hey, man, what's your vision for yourself in the next 5 years? And they like, man, shit, I think I want to just have some property. I want some property. And you say, okay, cool. You got a plan for that? Oh, man, just save up. Get rid of them. Nah, I'm just, I'm going to get the money. I got to go to these classes, man. I got to find out. Get rid of them. If they come in with you, hemming and hawing with that kind of bullshit ass response, get rid of them. They're a waste of your time. They are the reason why you haven't achieved they're the reason why you're not where you should be already. If they don't have a focus, if they're just all over the place, they have a plan. They know what they're supposed to do. They know the classes. They know when the classes start. They know that whatever the fuck whatever they want to become say you got a guy who says, look, man, I want to be a general contractor. Because I'm good. I know how to build and all that, but I want to be legal across the, I don't want to just be a handyman. I don't want to just be a shady tree mechanic and shit. I don't want to just be the neighborhood guy that can fix. I want to be a general contractor licensed with the state of wherever you live. Right? And you ask him, does he have a plan to becoming a general contractor? He says, yes, I have to go to this class. I have to do this. I have to have this many hours. I have to have this many. Then I have to have 2 other general contractors vouch for me. Then I have to work as a journeyman and he has a plan for the shit, but he's not focused on doing the things that he's supposed to do. He's not focused on hitting those tests. He's not, okay, so you got to do how many hours of internship with it, but he's not moving. Get rid of him. Get rid of them, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. We already talked about the integrity part. I should have put the integrity last because the next one is progression. You got to have progression. If they're not moving forward, it's a waste of time. Now, I understand. Some of you guys may not agree with me. I get it. And that's okay. That's okay. This is a call-in show. Bolo called earlier. If anybody else wants to call in and talk to me, let me know. I'm here. But this is necessary, ladies and gentlemen particularly. Because the truth is, if you continue hanging with these mother effing scrubs, you will continue to hold yourself back. Call in. if you want to talk.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón. De corazón. Yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
And we're back. All right. I didn't think I'd get anybody with any opposition to tonight. Ladies and gentlemen particularly, get rid of your day ones. Do not listen to Drake when he says no new friends. That was bad advice. Drake, I love the song, but that was bad advice. Yes, you need new friends. All of us need new friends if the ones that we got ain't nothing but a bunch of scrubs. Get rid of your day ones. That includes your cousin. That includes your brother. That includes your OG classmates from high school. Get rid of them. If they do not have a vision, a plan, focus, if they're not focused, if they don't have any integrity and they have no progression moving forward, get rid of them. You don't need them in your life. And what I want you to do is find new friends. If you are the smartest person in your crew, get a new crew. If everybody's tugging on you and leeching on you for information, get rid of it. When we talk about the high value man and the 6 parameters that Kevin Samuels said, remember one of them is you have to have utility. You must be useful to your crew, to your group. And that includes, if you're part of the group, other people are useful to you. But if you're the only one providing the information, providing the money, providing the vision, providing everything, and nobody else has none of that shit, you got the wrong crew. Get rid of them. All you got is a bunch of yes men around you. Get rid of your day ones, ladies and gentlemen. Ask your friends these 5 questions. Do you have vision? Do you have a plan? Do you have focus? You already know if he's integral or not. And you can already see if he's moving forward with progression. change the people who are in the favorites section of your phone if they're not getting it like you want to get it. I appreciate you guys. I certainly do. I absolutely do. Let me get rid of that. Listen, I'm Mr. Shan, the man with the plan. I've been there and done that, you guys. There's not much that surprises me. And you, my friends, are dismissed.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en él. Como que ella quiere disfruta la noche, lo anormal. Creo que el novio teme que su relación va a terminar. Se da cuenta que no necesita a alguien más. Quiere un selfie para su Instagram. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. No tiene sueños, solamente en sus sueños. Nos ponemos risueños con un norteño y mi flow brasileño. Yo te juro que es bueno, ya me doy el palo. Es empate si lo desigualo. Le gusta lo honesto y lo malo. Me traje un regalo. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. Dime todo lo que ella quiere, nada ha sido regalado. Entre más independiente, más quiero estar a su lado. Es de esas nenas, mata, es que más ella está plena la noche entera. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca